Hi, this is another rant with a message for those of you who think you want a civil war. What exactly are you going to do? Take up arms and go shoot? Oh, think this through. Are you really ready to shoot the local school teacher because she's a libtard? How about the owner of the corner mart because it doesn't look like you? Do you have your list of commies ready? What if you get sick of the sight of hair and gray matter splattered all over your Carhartt jacket? You may have cleaned plenty of fish and game in your day, but are you prepared for the sight of some lefty's innards still steaming because it's a cold night all over the hood of your car? You think to yourself, we all look the same on the inside as you view your handiwork. Think about the smell. I've heard gore smells like iron, metallic. Probably used to that from the hunting, but now it's people. Ever wonder if a rotting human carcass smells the same as that deer you came across in the woods last year? Ready to find out? You're gonna have to wash your clothes, don't forget. Bleach works on blood stains, but it'll be one of the first things to fly off the shelf after the conflict starts. You might find yourself doing a little looting to survive. How ironic. Laundry night at your house. If you even have a house to come home to. Hi, honey. Who's on your coveralls? Oh, that's Frank from that liberal college. Can you imagine the conversations? So you still want a civil war when all that may be left of you is a stain on some guy's Fruit of the Looms? This is where you might be grateful all that bleach is gone. No headstone, just a pair of whitey tidies carefully folded and stored in the drawer of a dresser in the back of someone's garage. Maybe your grandkids will move you to the garage wall and hang you up next to the real flag, the stars and stripes. Remember that one? Oh boy, wouldn't that piss your molecules off? Let's say the war started. You might manage to stay in one piece and you begin to wear rain gear when you go out. That means less laundry for the wife, and when you come home, you wipe the gore off your rubber boots on the fake grass doormat before being allowed in the house. The wife got tired of mopping up human tissue, and it's easy to wash blood off of rubber. By now, you could write a book on Civil War hacks. You've almost gotten used to the smells, and disposal isn't a problem because you got your John Deere. Some garden you'll be planting this year. Who knows what'll happen to the food distribution chain in the event of a civil war? Sausage, anyone? People do strange things when they're starving. Did you buy 5 or 6 generators for electricity? Because the power grid is going to be non-existent. How about oil and gas for those generators? Where are you going to get that? Hopefully you stocked up because that Walmart down the street ain't going to be open anymore. No more McDonald's or Wendy's either. You're going to need a pressure cooker and a bunch of canning jars. How about water and food? You say, I'm ready. I have all that stuff, but not everybody does. Pray you don't need a dentist. That's when the wild turkey and a bullet come in. 1, 2, 3. Save some of that booze to pour over them rusty pliers first. Better hope one of your kids don't get appendicitis. The John Deere would have come in handy, except you ran out of gas months ago. Gonna have to dig your kid's grave by hand, right next to your wife's, of course. Keep your daughters close. It's gonna get ugly out there. Really ugly. Who's your commander-in-chief? Trump? He left the country for Russia long ago and disappeared. Stand down and stand by? More like run around with your heads up your ass and shooting at anything that moves, including the guy who ran in front of you at the wrong moment. Then there's ammunition. By now you've learned to be less liberal with your shots, but it's too late. You broke into the local gun shop long ago and it's all gone. Maybe you are prepared. At least you thought you were, until you heard the peculiar sound that guy's head made when it disintegrated in front of you. 20 years later, you're still hearing it. That man and that sound are now a part of you. I'm a patriot, you think, as you raise the beer to your lips, sitting in your lazy boy 10 years into the future, and try to make the sound stop playing over and over again in your head. But patriots don't cry, do they? I may be wrong about some of you. Maybe some of you will really get into it. Some of you will have collections. Ask the guy down the street who's been to Nam. More than likely, though, most of you will leave the building at some point, perhaps after you shoot your neighbor's 5-year-old on accident, thinking she was an intruder and all she did was come over to borrow an egg. Think this notion of glory through carefully. When they say all guts, no glory, they mean it. Literally. You have dreams of you and your patriot brothers and sisters marching in formation, Trump in the grandstand, waving when you march by. Truth is, Donald Trump wouldn't be caught dead being seen with your type. He likes his golf club buddies, not the beer-bellied, beer-drinking, gun-toting fools you really are. You have no idea how badly you've been played. Once again, let's say you get your wish. Fast forward 40 years later, after the war. Someone in the kitchen drops an overripe melon while you doze in the same lazy boy, now cracked and dry like the skin on your face. As it hits the floor and explodes, you jerk awake, sending foam and beer flying. You see that guy's head disappear in a spray of red again, and you hear that funny sound. You begin your mantra, patriots don't cry. As tears find their way into the now deep lines of your countenance, where they gather at the corners of your mouth, and you once again taste regret. So you want a civil war?